Welcome back to the Encyclopedia Duck YouTube channel, where we're once again here to talk about the Disney Collect card collecting game. Really appreciate anyone who found the first video, and welcome back if you're now watching the second one. As we discussed in the first video, the whole point of this channel is really just to have an outlet to share some enjoyment over an opportunity to continue a childhood hobby of collecting cards, but now in the digital realm. At the same time, too, this is also just an opportunity for me to figure out how YouTube works and how you go about making videos for this platform and what that looks like as an experience. Have long enjoyed viewing things on YouTube, long enjoyed seeing creators really use the platform to share thoughts, share feelings, and was just curious what it would take to do that ourselves. And so thought this was a perfect avenue to do that, to be able to play around with the tools of YouTube while at the same time doing it with something that certainly I enjoy. In fact, sometimes get a little bit too carried away with here as we continue to chase those gold coins that allow us to ultimately buy these cards and add to the collection. And I think too, part of doing this is being realistic about what is and isn't going to happen as we continue to create content for this channel. I don't think we're under any delusions about the kind of attention or community that you can build whenever by creating content for around Disney Collect. Because I think, just a little bit of research tells you what to expect. If you go on YouTube and just search for folks who have previously made videos around Disney Collect, you see creators like this. So here's someone called Collect Academy. They made a grand total of 5 videos. These were over a year ago, and you can see that their most viewed video was 152 views. Similarly, if you just continue to scroll down that page, you find other folks who have made videos, Collector Chaos, Topps Digital Trader, as well as a bunch of different shorts. And in all cases, you're talking about max a couple hundred views. So again, I think I'm coming at this from a realistic point of view, not doing this because I think it's going to be viral. I think it's going to create a big attention. That ultimately, as much as anything, it's about learning about this platform, learning how to make these videos, and just having a little bit of fun experimenting. And hopefully along the line, if I can find some other people who enjoy the content and who enjoy what we're doing, all the better. And I think what you'll hopefully see if you do stumble across these videos and you happen to stick with them is that over time, there will hopefully be signs of improvement. We'll move along and do things better. We'll actually add wrinkles to it that could make it more fun and enjoyable. And that will only come through continuing to experiment and continue to play around with, which I hope we can do on a pretty regular basis on the channel. I think already one of the things I noticed in editing and putting together the very first video here was that I need to get a better mic hooked up, because certainly anytime there's a pause or I'm not talking, there's a high degree of background, which we're going to have to work on. Same time too, eventually as I start to figure out the editing software, maybe we can make a more seamless sort of video as well. But again, that's all for the future, and hopefully we'll continue to do this long enough that it will be noticeable what we're actually up to here. So in that first video, one of the stated purposes we had here was to help provide a guide for new players of Disney Collect. And, we did sort of touch on some of those things in that first video, but I wanted to spend just a little bit more time speaking specifically to that, because, the reason why I chose Disney Collect versus the other Topps apps, the other digital card collecting games like the Marvel or the baseball card one, is because Disney is the one that it feels most accessible to a free-to-play player. That they provide enough avenues to get the gold coins necessary to buy these packs of cards, that you can reasonably expect to get every single common or uncommon card that becomes available on here. And that's simply not the case with the other two apps, that there are too many cards and not enough opportunities to build the bankroll to be able to do that. And so it becomes a bit of rationing in those other cases where you have to be very choosy. But here on the Disney one, it's not that case. Now, obviously, as you get into the rare and beyond, then it's a matter of luck as to which ones you get. But there is really the possibility, every likelihood, that you can reasonably get every single one of those common and uncommon. Now, of course, again, it depends on the amount of time you want to spend doing this. As we talked about, there's numerous places to get coins. One is this clock, where every 2 hours you have a chance to collect 2,000 coins, and once a day you get a bonus 5,000 coins. So that's a nice source of them. Additionally, you have the magic wand here, which allows you to get both cards and coins. And this renews once you get a new spin of this every hour as well. And so we'll just go ahead and go through and use up our 3 spins here and see what we get. As I said, this is a brand new account we started just for the channel, so lots of new cards here. Almost all of these ones are going to be new additions, even though they're the base set, because we're just starting out on the app with this new account. But as you can see, plenty of chances to be able to do it. And see, here we go. We got 10,000 coins, which takes us quite a long way in building up that bank account. In fact, my main account, the one that I've been playing for years, right now the bank account stands at well over 1 million. So again, plenty of stuff to be able to get. Now, of course, the magic gift here does not give you coins, which again, this renews every hour. It's a chance to get a bunch of base cards, which are great, particularly if you're building the set. But where that comes in handy is really the key source of being able to build up that bank account if you're so inclined, and that's the events. The Sorcerer's Academy just ended, and that one really depends on the gifts and the spins of the wheel to be able to collect on that. And that's where, if you're really thoughtful about how you time that out, you can really maximize and basically do a full cycle through the entire set of rewards on that once every hour or so. Now, the Easter egg hunt up here is even more friendly to free-to-play players, for those who are willing to spend but are looking ways to collect more money. Because if you look at the different activities here that get you coins or cards, all but one step are things that you can constantly be doing. So as we talked about last time, for instance, here we talk about opening 3 packs. Now, obviously, if you went and bought 3 packs here to satisfy this one, you'd quickly drain your account. But thankfully, it also counts these packs. It counts in opening packs by going in here to the workshop and crafting in those packs. So again, completely for free without spending any of your precious reserves, you can go in here, do 3 crafts like this. So let's get rid of Piglet and Flit. And here in red, we will go ahead and get rid of Kim Possible and maybe, Sally. So we craft all of those, and then when we claim them, that gives us credit for opening a pack. So this is where I say you can, if you want to dedicate the time to this, and this is where I say it can quickly become quite the time sink. If you want to dedicate the time, you can quickly do every single one of those milestones except for the one that requires either a spin or the magic gift. But even then, if you wait to collect those, you could go through 4 times fairly quickly just by doing the crafting and collecting and crafting and collecting. So this is where, again, I say to the new to play players, it's very friendly in being able to build up that bank account fairly quickly if you're willing to put in the time. But that again goes back to what you're really looking at for this. And are you trying to be a completist? Do you want every card from every set? Or do you just want to have some fun and open a random pack every now and then and see if the character you like is there or not? Then, there's plenty of times just to log in, hit a couple buttons, collect some coins, and soon you'll be able to open up a pack here or there. So while we're on that subject, let's go ahead and open a couple of packs. One thing I was saving for us to come back as a group is 2 other places that you have a chance to get both coins and cards. So one of the other things that runs all throughout the month is this ladder of rewards. Now obviously there's a paid track here. We're not doing that paid track, but there's still plenty to get just by playing the game. By opening packs, by spinning the wheel, you get credits, which then allows you to open this. And so as you can see, when we claim this first one, it gives us more coins. It gives us an exclusive card, in this case Sisu. And then the second one, we get a broom for the Sorcerer's Academy, more coins, and Alice and Rapunzel. So, again, not extravagant cards, not fancy cards, but it's a couple more cards for your collection, but even more so, yet more coins. And then for the newest players to the game, whenever you go into the event hub, there's one more down here at the bottom, Magic Beginnings. And as you can see, they give you plenty of time to march through and collect this. 2 years, essentially. But once again, there's unique cards in here for you to be able to claim, unique rewards. In this case, we get another 10,000 coins. And Stitch, which I'm happy to have because Stitch is one of my favorite Disney characters. So always happy to add a Stitch card. So very, very simple to go through. So you can continue to march your way through this, collect these basic rewards, and continue to build on both your collection and your bank account here to build this. So that's just sort of a simple primer for those that are new to the game. Again, ways to maximize the gold coins you have. Obviously, you also have additional ways to collect it through watching ads, but yeah, that's not very much money you get to add to the account that way, and it takes a lot of time. So I typically don't use that as an avenue to go down that path. So let's spend a little bit of time talking about the sets that are available to buy. So now that we have a bit of money in the account, what can we buy with that money? So you can see here a list of all the available sets that are buyable with gold coins. And so we've listed out all the different sets, when you have to buy them before those sets disappear. Listed on here is status. What I have on here status is the number of cards that are available at that lowest tier, either the common or uncommon set, where it's at least reasonable to think about you collecting all of them. That it's reasonable as a free-to-play player to think that you can collect them. How many cards are at that level in each of these sets? So as you can see, again, the next set that's going to disappear here is the Easter Party. And so in a bit, we're going to go back over to the app and open some packs together and see what we get for that. As I said before, as this being a new account, haven't actually collected any cards in any of these sets. We'll update this as we continue to build our set on the Encyclopedia Duck channel. And just as important here is the cost. And I think not all of these cards are created equally. You can see a number of these that for 3,000 coins, you're guaranteed to get one of those base level cards for the set. And obviously, that's the best ones to go after because each time you're buying a pack, you're getting a unique card to add to your collection. It's something that's a little bit better than a base set. Now, you have these ones here where I have sort of the cost of getting the unique card is roughly 15K a card. So for instance, Pascal, right now there's an opportunity under the colorful character banner to get a card featuring Pascal the iguana from Rapunzel. Now, the reason it's roughly is because you only see that card show up in roughly once out of every 5 packs of cards you buy. But that's not guaranteed that if you buy 5 packs that you'll get Pascal. For instance, yesterday's daily card, the card, the unique character that's available every single day and that changes day to day. Yesterday was Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb. Well, that's a character I like. Used to watch Phineas and Ferb with my kids when they were younger, and so really enjoyed that. So I wanted not just the uncommon one that you can get with the first pack you open, but also the rare version of that, which the odds of getting that was 1 in 5. But I had to open 14 packs to eventually get that rare card. So even though theoretically it should have only cost me about $15K to get it, it cost me a lot more than that because I had to go 14 packs before one randomly turned up. So that's always the risk for these ones that don't show up guaranteed, is that it's going to be much more expensive. Now, of course, you could get lucky and the very first pack you open has that rare card, and then it's 3K instead of 15K. But in the end, it all averages out. That's the point of these odds, is it averages out in the end. But from time to time, you never know. And that's the problem, is if you're really chasing a card and it's not in the guaranteed set, you could be drawing all day and quickly empty out that bank account. But we'll continue to follow this and continue to keep track of which sets are disappearing when, and when you should be focusing on buying it up before they disappear forever and you lose the chance to add them organically as opposed to trading for them. So with that said, let's go back to the app and let's open a couple packs. Okay, so as I said, the next one to leave the store is going to be the Easter set. So let's go ahead and spend some of our hard-earned cash opening those packs. But actually, before I do that, let's do a couple other things. One is, there is this starter set. So again, anyone who opens an account, all you have to do is come in here, click this, and you get all of these cards for free. It's nothing special. Everyone has them, so it's not like you can really trade them. There's not going to be a big audience for them because everyone got them for free when they opened the account. But if you're a Mickey fan, you get to have him in his apprentice uniform with a bunch of different backgrounds, and now he's part of your account. But similarly here, this is just an easy one. It's a unique card every single day. So for just 3,000, you can quickly add this to your account as well. So here, we're just going to go ahead and open up this set, and we will get Iridessa, who is from the Tinkerbell universe, the set of direct-to-video movies that were released. She's back in the early 2000s, I think. I guess I could research that and find that out. But yeah, so this was part of that entire universe that was created around Tinkerbell, where they gave her own movies and her own world. Not necessarily a huge deal for me, but it's a nice card to have. And again, here we go. Got lucky, and on that first set, we get the rare version of this as well. So instead of having to go 5 times, we got on the first one. Lucky us. So let's go ahead, and we will go ahead and open 10 packs of the Easter one and see what we get here. I think I'm going to try to do another video tomorrow, and I think tomorrow we'll actually dig deeper into the individual cards available in this set and talk a little bit about what's the favorite ones, what are the hard to get ones, what are the ones that actually look like they could be worth the effort. In this case, we're just going to be looking to see if we can get close to filling out the full uncommon card set with this. And so let's go ahead and open up our first one and see what we get here. Bullseye, Lewis, and we get the Mickey Easter one. Mickey wearing his rabbit ears here. So that gives us our first from this set. And so again, we've got 12 more to go. And that's if we don't get any duplicates, which is hard to imagine. And as you could see, and you might have seen at the top, by opening that, we added XP to the counter, and we get Piglet this time around. We added XP to the counter, which means we get closer to also getting the bonuses back at that section. So, we'll actually probably get up a couple more levels here just by opening these 10 packs. Pluto this time. Pluto, all very nice. I think the thing with this set, the uncommon cards that we're getting, I don't consider this a very valuable set. It's all fairly basic. You've got, I think if we're just going to talk about the art of this set here, like I said, it's not particularly outstanding. You've got the same generic border on every single one of these cards, and then you've got just a plain, a white background with a cutout of our different Disney characters. We've got the Pooh characters and a couple other Mickey Mouse and Friends characters here with sort of Easter themed effects to them, but nothing particularly fancy or unique here. It's not like there's a lot of custom art. And see here now we even got a more highly rare, but again, it's not like this is a particularly interesting version that we've got by moving up a level. All they've really done is swapped out the color of the cards. And again, this is my least favorite version of scaling up, going from uncommon to rare, is where it's basically the same card. It's just a rarer version, and they mark it by changing the color, but the art itself doesn't change. That's not interesting to me, and that's actually a kind of disappointing thing to see, is when all you've done is did a quick find and replace, or a quick color palette change, and that's all you've done to change the card. So again, we get a more rare card, which is great, but is it really that useful? And hey, Donald, my favorite Disney character of all time, so glad to have him at that higher level, but is that really what we're searching for? Probably not. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll just open one more because that'll take us up to the next level. And we got our first duplicate here, Rabbit. And that, of course, also brings to the point is one of the best parts about this is, especially whenever you get to the end of a set and you're missing that one, is the opportunity to trade, to find a partner and trade cards with other people. And so it's always great to have some of these duplicates available that you can use as substrate to be able to trade with others to fill out your sets. Particularly if you have lots of this, you can use it to potentially trade for a different set that someone else is looking for. So it's always great for that. And to that end, if you stumble across this and you are a player and you're looking for someone to trade with, please find the Encyclopedia Brown account, the Encyclo Brown account that you saw on the homepage. Here, we'll go to it again just to finish this out. If you find me online, if you find me in the app, please don't hesitate to suggest trades. Always looking for that, and I'm a happy trader. Just make the trades fair, and always happy to do that. And in a later video, we'll talk a little bit about what is a fair trade, what you would expect people to accept, and what's really, unlikely for anyone to look at and take you seriously, and what would likely get you a low star rating. So again, you can see one of the types of cards you get out of these rewards is an emerald version of the base set of cards. Again, it's just taking the same image and plopping it onto a different background. At the same time, you also have this other set that's being built within here, the nature season. So again, not particularly visually interesting art. A little bit disappointed for that side. Again, you're talking about just a basic character cutout put on a nature themed background. So not terribly interesting, but it builds the collection. And so here we've got a Frozone one. Now again, this is the same image you see of Frozone in all the basic cards. So it's that same sort of idea where you just scale the rarity of it, but you got this nice animation that makes it a little bit more visually compelling. Okay, so I think we'll stop with that, and we've got one more bit of business before we sign off for episode 2. And that last bit of business is a card giveaway. If you watched our first video, you might have noticed that when we went to pick up the daily Disney card there, Sleepy, we once again got really lucky, and not only did we get the regular uncommon, but we also got a rare Sleepy, which now I am happy to turn around and give to one of our viewers. So given that we're very early on and we're unlikely to have many people looking at this video, Really, we're just saying the first subscriber to leave a comment on any video, whether it be the first video, whether it be the second one, whether it be the one we post tomorrow, whoever both subscribes and then comments on a video, I will send this to your account. We can connect, get your ID, and I will swap it to you for a base 1 stitch or something like that, and we'll get this card over to you. So happy to share that to folks who find the channel, listen to it, and leave us a comment and subscribe. And we're going to keep doing this throughout the existence of this channel. Please continue to check, and we're going to continue to give away cards to those who listen and participate. And I think if this continues to go and go well, we could find other things to give away on the channel as well. Looking for exciting ways to build this out and just have fun with it and see where we could take it. So please feel free to comment, to participate, and we'll try to make it worth your while by giving you something a little bit fun as a reward. So as we close out this video, want to acknowledge our kind sponsor for this, By and Large, changing and transforming lives by every aisle. So we thank By and Large for their support, and we hope that you join us next time as we continue to collect. Thank you.